What is up, you guys? In today's video, you guys, we are going to be touching base on all of my favorite fall videos, including psychological thrillers and all the fall lovey-dovey feel-good movies. So let's jump right into this video because it's going to be a good one. So the first movie that we're starting with is The Godsend. You guys, this movie is a really must watch. So it's all about this one little boy who loses his mom tragically, and he has to go stay with his cousins in another state, like completely a whole different atmosphere for him. And he goes and he really develops a really good friendship with this other boy, and then come to find out the boy is not necessarily all in his right mind, but nobody believes him. And the little boy starts doing all of these really weird things, but nobody believes him. And so it's all about unraveling the truth about this boy who is not such a good son. So our next movie is a feel-good movie. This one is called You've Got Mail. It's all about this couple who actually, they both own bookstores and they don't know each other at all. They're talking through email. And they end up falling in love through emails, and then it's all about them trying to meet. So basically the whole time you're trying to figure out, are they ever gonna meet? Are they ever gonna figure it out that it is the other bookstore owner and their rivalries, and then they turn into this beautiful love story. So you guys just gotta check this movie out if you've not seen it. I love watching this one for fall, Christmas, springtime. It hits all of the seasons, so you've got to watch this one if you have not. Next is another psychological thriller. You guys, this is called The Godsend. And it is all about a husband and a wife who lose their son. And then there's this doctor that comes in and he says, I can reclone your son. And it all begins to unravel as the son is actually, they start finding out that the son is their son, but then he's also like genetically like got all these other parts to him. He starts having all of these flashbacks, and it's just one of those things where you're trying to figure out, is the son their son? Is the son somebody else's son? Is the son like having memories of like his past life? Like what is going on? And so it is definitely one of those must-watch psychological thrillers. You guys have got to check this movie out. It is The Godsend. So this movie is another feel-good movie. It has Keanu Reeves and Charlize Theron in it. It does take place in the fall, and so it has this very cool fall vibe to it, but it is also a beautiful, beautiful love story. And it is kind of like, you're kind of trying to figure out like what's going on with this chick. Like she's all unique. She just kind of shows up. And the next thing you know that he is falling madly in love with her, and the love story begins to unravel. And it's all about the month of November. You have to go check this out if you've not seen this movie. It is a must watch. So the next movie is another psychological thriller. You guys, this takes place in a very fall-like scene, so it gives you all of the fall feels, but this woman basically loses her son tragically in a plane crash, and then all of a sudden he starts disappearing in pictures and things like that. And so we're trying to figure out in the movie, is she mental or is there something weird going on? And so you really just begin to become twisted up trying to figure out what is actually going on in this movie. Is she having issues? Does she need to be checked into a mental hospital? Or is there actually something conspiracy going on? So check this movie out. So we all know Edward Scissorhands. We know it as a classic. You guys, this is a must-watch during the fall season just because it kind of has that eerie feel, but it also is like, in my opinion, a feel-good movie because it just gives you that warm, I don't know, something feeling about the fall and the winter and all of the things. It gives you kind of the feel-good spooky vibe, so go watch that one. My next psychological thriller is a movie that takes place in a city, and then they lose the mom. So it is a dad and a daughter, and they end up moving off into the country to get away from just the norm. And so he takes her away and moves into this beautiful house in the country. I believe that he's like a writer or something. And so he moves away to go live, you know, out and away from everything. And then the little girl develops this imaginary friend. Well, the imaginary friend is all great and everything at first, but then it starts to get eerie. Things start to happen around the home, and he thinks that the daughter is doing it. And then come to find out it's the imaginary friend, right? So it really takes a twist and a turn, and this is a really great psychological thriller. Must watch. So we're doing 2 back-to-back psychological thrillers because this one right here is like a must-watch. It is called The Secret Window. If you've never watched this movie, you've got to go check it out. It's about an author who lives, basically, him and his wife get a divorce, and he's living out in their cabin house, and then things start to unfold about the secret window. This mysterious man shows up. He says that you've stole my story, Mr. Rainey. Like, the whole thing just is an amazing movie, and it takes a lot of twists and a lot of turns. You guys have to go watch this movie if you have not watched it. It is a must watch. So another must suggest is Beetlejuice. You guys all know the movie. It is a really cool little movie about a husband and wife who go into town one day, and then all of a sudden their car crashes over a bridge, and then they become ghosts, right? And so it's all about the afterlife of them trying to figure out basically how to maneuver in the afterlife and how to get these people out of their house because people move into their home, and then they call on Beetlejuice. So if you guys have not seen this movie, you have got to go check this movie out because it is a definitely must watch when in the fall season. So the next psychological thriller is The Good Daughter. This has Kevin Costner in it, and he moves his kids to the country, kind of like a small town feel, and all of these things start to unravel with his daughter, and he doesn't know, is it teenage hormones? Like, what is actually going on with my daughter here? She's acting completely weird, strange, and just disconnected. And so it really begins to unravel. It has a really cool, strange twist to it, so you guys got to check out this movie for sure. My next feel-good movie is Casper. You guys all know Casper, but it is definitely a must-watch in the fall season. I love how the daughter, you know, she's just trying to find herself in this new place that they're in. Her dad's constantly just traveling around, and she's not so sure that she believes in ghosts until she moves into this house. Then she meets a friendly ghost named Casper and falls madly in love with his character. My next psychological thriller movie is The Knowing. It's got Nicolas Cage in it, and his son goes and he actually opens up this pod. Everybody gets a piece of paper, so it's like an envelope that a kid their age years ago put in there, and the kid finds this page with all these numbers on it. And the dad begins to unfold it, and he starts figuring out that the page actually has all of these numbers that have mysterious dates on them of things that are going to take place in the future. And he starts seeing that it's actually it's like unfolding. And so then he starts like really digging into it and getting further and further into it, and then starts to predict the end of the world. So it is a really, really must watch. It is a really cool movie. Nice, twisting, psychological thriller. So last one for my feel-good movies is the Twilight series. I know this is very teenage, like setting, whatever, but it always gives you the fall feels, and it has a beautiful love story that kind of unravels. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you guys have not seen the Twilight series, I'm telling you, even if you're an adult like me, it is a really, really good one, and I actually got into it. And I'm not really into like the vampire saga thing, but I really did like the Twilight series. Okay, you guys, I saved the best for last. So this movie right here is called The Fear of Rain. It is a must watch, you guys. It's all about this girl who actually suffers from schizophrenia, or so we're trying to figure out throughout the movie. And some things that she sees are real, and some things that she doesn't, like some things she's not seeing. It's just all twisted. And so my husband and I, all the way to the end of this movie, and I'm really good about seeing like the ending of movies and like seeing what's playing out. We were on the edge of our seats the whole movie. So it is an absolute must watch. If you guys have not seen this movie, wipe everything else clean. Go watch this movie. It is a must watch. I hope that you'll go grab all your favorite fall snacks and go watch all of these awesome picks and let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And until next time, we'll see you on the next one.